I'm here to talk about my latest innovation in the bonding space. While I've been involved in the bonding category since it started in my garage almost 10 years ago, this journey started in early COVID. So I had left the hair care space. Was taking some time to decide what I want to do next in my life. And then COVID hits, and I have time to just do nothing. And I started thinking of new ideas, thinking of new questions. And so I ordered a lab off of Amazon, all the equipment I needed. I started ordering chemicals. I started getting hair, and I started answering those questions that I had. And that exploration led me to what I consider to be the best innovation in the bonding category, what I call the next generation. And so the technology outperforms, and then I took the time next to think about, well, if I'm going back into bonding and I have better technology, I have to improve on everything in the bonding space. And so what I worked on for the next few years while building this brand was, how do I make the technology easier to use? How do I make it more affordable? How do I make it more reliable? Because I focused on all the reasons that people weren't using bonding in every single service in the salon and every client. So I wanted to eliminate all of those reasons, and we'll go through those today for you. But the reliability issue that you guys, I'm sure, have heard of is bumping developer. And why do people have to bump developer? Well, first generation bonding products were acidic, as well as the ones that are in the source are acidic. Well, the problem with acid is if you add too much acid, you lower your pH of your color or your bleach or your relaxer, which we all go in. That slows those processes down. So I made sure that this formula is acid free. So if you don't want to measure with a balance and are just whipping stuff together, which we know 80 to 90% of the colors coming into your store are doing, well, if you mix by eye, you don't have a problem with our product. And so that's one of the ways that we want to make it oral and professional product, which is right here. It's in a pump bottle. It goes directly in the service. We have a pump bottle, so it's just two quick uses. And we also have made it so that it's affordable to go into every use. So there's 80 uses in this bottle. Bottle costs $79, so it's $1 per use. And that makes it really easy to put it into every service. And then we have our consumer product, which is right here. It comes in a kit. Inside the kit, we have a spray bottle, and then we have concentrates in this 2-pack, and this is a SKU on its own that will also be retail. Inside the spray bottle, we add one concentrate. You need to pour it right in, and then I'm going to add some water, and it'll be ready to go. And my assistant will come here now. In goes the water. My assistant, Dana, who you guys know? Dana had to run. Okay, my assistant, Michael, who is my co-CEO, is coming here.
Hi, everyone.
We're going to shake it, and away we go. Now we just spray it in. And we're going to saturate the hair, because that way we know it gets everywhere. And this treatment, for ease of use, it can be left on. We recommend 10 minutes the first time, and then you can sleep with it on. You can do whatever you want, but the first time doing 10 minutes, that also helps you feel confident about saturating, because you're going to wash it out in 10 minutes.
Eric, when you say saturating, is it dripping wet? Is it just misted? How do you define saturated?
Just shy of dripping wet, and okay to make it dripping wet the first time, so that you have a feeling.
Looks like it also has a detangling effect. Is that right?
Yes, it's very detangling. It's supremely detangling while the treatment is in, and then that detangling when you repair hair, you now have smoother hair, so that is lasting detangling.
Can you hear us? Because nobody can see you.
And then the next
Is this
section.
live? I don't understand.
Now we're also providing one of these to all of the store managers to try, so that you can experience it yourself, so that you can speak to it truly.
Our model doesn't have hair extensions, but if she did have hair extensions, what would we do here?
So if we had hair extensions here, we would just try to avoid the tape if they were tape in. If they were another type of extension, we wouldn't worry at all.
So to be clear, this is extension safe.
Extension safe. And this is a great service to also do in the salon, whether it's just for a client as a standalone treatment, or if you're doing, say, a root touch-up, you could use this treatment on the ends while the roots are processing, so you're getting a treatment done at the same time as the color process.
Is there something to be said about potentially a cutting lotion as well?
This could also be, yes, Michael, it's a great point. You could use this as a cutting lotion, so you could be treating your clients that you're cutting, and then you could, for example, in that case, you could sell them the kit, use it on them during the cutting, and then send them home with the rest. Now, we won't use all of this solution, and it's good to keep around for a couple months. There's no preservatives in our formula. Our formula is only 4 ingredients. And for that reason, the preservatives is why we recommend tossing it after 2 months, but you should use it. We recommend weekly treatments of the treatment.
4 ingredients,
all
of which are biodegradable, and the formula is vegan, is that right?
Vegan, free of everything you can think of. We list it, but it's better to just say free of everything. So all 4 ingredients are biodegradable. None of them are preservative, none of them are sulfate, none of them are any of the ingredients that you wouldn't want. None of them are a fragrance as well.
The recommended usage, once again, is once a week, correct?
Once a week. You can use it more if you want. You can put it on for longer if you want.
Can you overuse it?
You cannot overuse it.
Musical chairs.
Musical chairs. Now, this is the same technology that is going into your color service or your bleach or your relaxer. It's the same technology, and you're getting the same treatment. So while we're on this call, she's going to process and get washed out, so you can see what the true effects are. But the goal for next generation bond repair isn't just about preventing breakage in the client. It's about the client leaving from their chemical service as if they got a treatment. So they have better hair when they leave this.
You mentioned in the professional product, it's for all hair types and all services. So from fine hair to coily hair, long hair, short hair, whatever it may be, it's truly for every hair type. Is that right?
Every hair type. Yeah.
Every hair type. And then when it comes to services, so that's color, lightener, that's straighteners, that's relaxers, that's perms.
In perms, it just goes in the neutralizing step, because we don't want to inhibit any of the breaking of the chemical of the hair, which is the first step of a perm. And then other services that Michael didn't mention are glosses and toners. So you can put in a gloss or a toner and make that a quick refresher treatment. So instead of having your client go home and ruin their color with a toning conditioner, you can have them come back into your salon between color visits and refresh with a proper toner and have a treatment at the same time.
So this is for every hairdresser. I mean, every hairdresser should be using the professional product in every single service, and every hairdresser should be utilizing the spray and or retailing the spray for ongoing maintenance. Is that right?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
What I'm doing here is just checking for any dry hair. Having a treatment, because our model here has a lot of hair, so we're going to use more of the treatment on her. For the typical hair type, or amount of hair, you would get 3 to 4 uses per spray bottle. And then for the 2 concentrates, that gets you 6 to 8 uses, which gets you between salon visits with weekly treatments.
So what if I have a client who we're doing a root touch-up on, but also a gloss? So 2 different types of services.
Yeah.
When do I use the professional product?
You use it in both.
Both.
Because the root touch-up is the most damaging part of the hair, and you want to make sure it's there to prevent the breakage. And then you want the client to leave with better hair, so you put it in the gloss or the toner and send them out. All good here?
It's 2 pumps in
2
the
pumps.
gloss toner, 2 pumps in the permanent hair color, 2 pumps in lightener. So you want it in every single chemical service.
Yeah.
And Michael, it's 2 pumps per ounce, correct?
2 pumps per ounce
Yeah.
of either the colorant or the lightener. So it's
Okay.
not mixed. It's
Yeah.
just yes, correct.
Perfect. So
Right.
team, I
That's
just.
a good point, because I'm
Yeah.
gonna bring that up, because if you go just per ounce,
Mhm.
you're not gonna have a negative reaction by putting too much in. So
Yeah.
if you go and add more in, it won't mess it up. You're just
Mhm.
spending $2 instead of $1.
Yeah.
And that's not a big deal. And maybe you have a client that has damaged hair and you want to put more in because you feel like the client needs more, you can
Mhm.
put more in. That's totally fine.
You mean somebody lightened their hair 4 times in 5 days?
Yeah.
So they could go from a brunette to a blonde?
This is,
Yeah.
We might know
yeah,
somebody
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
who did
this
that.
is personal
Yeah.
experience.
So team, I do
Yeah.
want to share, I couldn't tell you all before because this launch was top secret,
Mhm.
totally confidential. So when I did my blonde journey and lightened my hair 4 times in 5 days, epres was in every single bowl of lightener that I used on my hair and continues to be. So thank God, because I might have lightened it a few times now. And it's certainly the blondest
Mhm.
blonde it's been. So I'm so grateful for the product.
Yeah.
Yes, truly.
In addition to the 2 products that I mentioned, there's a 5-pack of tile sizes for the professionals. So those have 4 mil bottles in them, which is the same as 2 pumps from the bottle. So
Mhm.
that gives them a chance to try 5 different services. And then we have the refill.
And the hope here really is for every customer that's walking through the store, because every hairdresser should be using this in every service because it's for all hair
Mhm.
types. We want to make sure we're talking to everybody about epres. Next generation bond repair.
Yeah.
It's only 1 step. There's no acid. It's basically easier, better, and faster than anything else on the market. And in terms of price point, for $79 and
Mhm.
82 services, it's less than $1
Yeah.
per application. So there's an incredible way to further the craft of hairdressing with this, let hairdressers earn more money, and give the best service possible to their clients as well.
So the way we price this to get it to the $1 per use,
Mhm.
we're still competitive per bottle. We cost the same per bottle as our competitors, but since we're one stop, you're only buying the 1 bottle instead of the 2. And so you're saving on not buying that other bottle. And then you're saving time by not having to use that other bottle.
Right, that second
Yeah.
step. So we have another model, Megan from our ecom team, and thank you, Adriana, from our merchant team. That was our first model. So Megan's got some gorgeous, naturally curly hair,
Mhm.
and Eric is going to add
Now-
the pre-product to it. Go ahead.
Now her hair, is a bit more damaged than our first model and a bit more porous. So she might enjoy having it left in longer than our first model because it'll be soaked up more, and when the water dries out,
Mhm.
it'll just feel like she's put, some oil treatment.
So Eric, while you're doing that, just a quick question. There's a lot of color brands out there today that also have repair within the colorant. They also have bond repair within the colorant. If the colorant itself already has quote unquote bonding inside, should I still use this treatment?
Yes. So if you have bonder inside your color or your bleach, typically what the big brands have done is put a little bit of acid in there for some marketing claims and to kind of try to catch up with first generation technology. Here we have, next generation technology, so our performance is already a level up of the ones that are outside of the color, and so we go far above anything that's got it in there, and and it performs very well. So,
You know, Eric, you saying that just made me think, how many patents do you have now under your name in this category?
in this category, I have probably close to 200.
Did you all hear that? Close to 200 patents in this category. This gentleman knows what he's talking about.
So these products are already patented as well,
Mhm.
which is a good thing. So both of these products are already patented. With a few of these, well, jump to the side.
Oh, it's like, hi, Megan. Look at this gorgeous blonde hair. I cannot wait to see the finished product.
Eric, is there any fear of breakage? Is there protein? Is it over-proteinizing, or how does that work?
So there are, again, only 4 ingredients. None of those are proteins. None of those are peptides. None of those are really, 3 of those are liquids. 1 is a solid. And so none of those can build up on your hair. They all wash out very, very quickly. So there's no buildup. There's nothing hard. So if you put something, why people worry about protein is you have this flexible hair, and then you go on top of your hair, you put something brittle like a protein, and it dries out. If you have brittle coating on the outside of your hair, then the hair ends up getting brittle, and that's what can cause breakage. So we formulate without any of those ingredients. Well,
As you had mentioned it, but just to double tap on it a little bit. So the recommendation is following the spray, you leave it on for at least 10 minutes. What if you left it on for 6 minutes? Or what if you left it on for 12 hours? What happens?
so if you left it on for 12 hours, you would get a bit of a boost. So the active ingredients are liquid. The water that we just mixed in, that will evaporate, but the liquids can continue to move around. So you actually get a little bit better of a treatment by leaving it in. The 4 key ingredients, they're all listed on the packaging, but there's the active ingredient, which is diethyl hexyl malate. Then there are 2 surfactants. Those surfactants help the oil molecule mix with the water in the case of treatment here, or in the professional, all of your chemical services are water-based. So surfactants help us mix in there. And then the last ingredient is there's a little bit of ethanol that helps those other 3 ingredients fit happy in the bottle together.
Said happy in the bottle. They said happy in the bottle. They also like to dance. Did we talk about how important it is to shake, shake, shake that Pro bottle before we put those pumps of concentrate into the color or chemical service? Have we
Yeah.
talked about that yet?
And most important to shake this one before each
Shake.
use.
Great. Shake, shake, shake.
Or shake spray.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it. Pour shake spray. Fantastic.
Now, the first model I come through, in some cases, you just may want to use your fingers to pull through the hair. So,
Mhm.
Her hair we could comb through. Curlier hair than this, really kinky hair, you might want to use your fingers. And that's another area of hair that we really outperform our competition. So if you met me 10 years ago working in a garage and you had textured hair, you probably weren't going to let me touch your hair. But then after I get over 100 patents and more of a name for myself and you have textured hair, well, you're going to let me touch your hair. And so when developing